How the Camel Got His Hump. The lazy camel H. Have you ever seen a camel, my dear? If you have, you will know about the big hump in the middle of his back. But long, long ago, when the world was young, the camel had no hump. His back was flat and smooth, like a horse's back. But he himself was wild and rough, and he had no manners. He never said, "Please," or "Thank you." All he said was, "Hump." In the beginning of time, all the animals were starting to work for a man. The camel was lazy and did not want to work for anybody. He lived all alone in the middle of the big, dry desert, and he ate dry grass and sticks. And when anybody spoke to him, he just said, "Hump." On Monday morning, the horse came to him and said, "Come with me, the man wants to ride us." "Hump," said the camel. He shook his ugly head, and the horse went away and told the man. Then on Tuesday morning, the dog came along with a stick in his mouth. "Come with me, camel, and help me to fetch and carry things for the man." "Hump," said the camel, shaking his ugly head. On Wednesday morning, the ox came to him and said, "Come on, camel, and help me to pull this cart." "Hump," said the camel, and he turned away. The three work harder. At the end of the day, the man called the horse, the dog, and the ox together and said, "My three friends, you must work harder. I am very sorry for you, but what can I do? That hump thing in the desert can't work." "Can't work?" said the horse. "He won't work. We asked him nicely, and he just shook his ugly head and said, 'Hump.'" "That's right," said the dog. "He's big, and he's strong, and he's lazy." "Yes," said the ox. "He just stands all alone in the desert, eating dry grass." "Well," said the man, "I can't make him work, so I must just leave him alone in the desert. And you, my three friends, must work double time." The three friends were very angry and unhappy. On Thursday morning, they met the great Jinn of the Jinn, my dear. Jinns can work magic. The great Jinn was flying along in a cloud of dust, but he came down to talk with the three friends. The Jinn's magic. "Great Jinn," said the horse, "is it right to be lazy when the world is young and beautiful?" "Of course not," said the Jinn. "Well," said the horse, "there's a thing in the middle of the big dry desert, with a long neck and long legs, and a big ugly face. He hasn't done any work."
"Well," said the Jinn, "that sounds like my camel. What does he say when you ask him to work?" "Only hump," said the dog. "That's right," said the ox. "When I asked him to help, he just shook his head and said, 'Hump.'" "Very good," said the Jinn. "I'll give him a hump. Just leave this to me." Then the Jinn flew up in his cloud of dust. Very soon he found the camel, standing all alone beside a pool. He was looking at his ugly face in the water. "My friend," said the Jinn, "I hear that you won't work. Why is that?" "Hump," said the camel. The Jinn began to think about some great magic, and while the Jinn was thinking, the camel just stood there, looking at his ugly face in the water. The hump. The Jinn sat down with his head in his hands and thought hard. Then he spoke again to the camel. "The three friends have been working double time, all because you're too lazy to work. Don't you care?" "Hump," said the lazy camel. "If you say that again," said the Jinn to the camel, "I'll give you a hump, and you won't like it." "Hump," said the camel. Just then something flew through the air in a cloud of dust and landed on the camel's beautiful, smooth, flat back. It stuck there and it grew until it looked like a small mountain. Said the Jinn, "That's your hump. Today is Thursday, and you've done no work since Monday, and now you are going to work." "How can I," said the camel, "with this great ugly hump on my back?" "Aha," said the Jinn. "I will tell you. You will carry your food and water in your hump. There is enough for 3 days. So now you will be able to work for 3 days without eating or drinking. Now you must come out of the desert and go to the man. You must work hard for him and be nice. Come on, move." And the camel went away with his hump on his back and joined the man and the three friends. And that is why every camel today has at least one hump. Although he has learnt to work for man, the camel still has no manners. He has never learnt to be nice.
I am sure you will enjoy the story, so don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video.